We haven't checked in on Karen Reed and her case for a while. Let's do it. Here we are, my darlings. I am Lady Zelda. It is Saturday, January 10th of 2026. It's time we look into the Karen Reed situation again, don't you think? I just had to take a breath from all that because it was just almost muddy. But the goal for me that I see is that I want these people to get justice and to have justice in 2026. And that includes Sandra Birchmore and Enrique. You don't hear too much about Enrique, and that's very sad because there's a lot of things that are going on and happening. I'm going to do a speed round here because I think a lot of people like that, and I'm going to ask questions, and it's very helpful. We get right down to it. I have the Mythic Tarot deck. You've seen this before. And then I have a new, it's kind of a talisman oracle, and it gives us, it's a really good companion deck for this type of thing. So I'm going to ask now, because we have seen that the Macau defendants have filed some new documents. They're wanting to file a document, actually, that's more than 20 pages. And then they won a dismissal. I don't believe they're going to get it. But let's check in. I think that's the right. Now listen, I'm not a lawyer. You all know that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not anything. Look, I'm doing what I do best. And I believe what the cards have to say, even though it's entertainment only. Because the cards and the energy doesn't lie. Do I believe that John and Sandra and Enrique will get justice this year? Yes, they are on their way to justice. Let's see. The Eight of Pentacles. Now that toppled over. This is staying consistent, and that is exactly what Karen is doing. She is staying consistent. You know, here she's plowing. Right now, she is plowing. Let's see what this has to say. Happiness. I think there is a certain amount of happiness with her. Being consistent because she's not under that threat right now. So, with that being said, there's a lot of growth. You see there's flowers and foliage and growth in each of these cards. Now, this whole thing about being consistent is very important for Karen. All right, so let's start asking some hard questions. Proctor. Is Proctor headed for charges? Let me put it that way. Because you have to have charges before you go to jail. Will Proctor have charges filed against him? The King of Wands. That answer, my darlings, is yes. And it's going to come through creativity. Now, you're probably going to say, but Zelda, look at everything he's done. There are no rules against morals, which is 0 in this particular situation with him. So that's why the King of Wands comes out, because right now, so far, it feels as though he falls into a vat of poopies and comes out smelling like a rose. Well, he's not. That's the persona. He's not. And he's running to the end of the line. Now, once everything gets reviewed, I believe there's going to be a second step. Creativity, oh yeah, absolutely. Because I think what there's going to be created is such safe travel. Yeah, buddy. See you. Don't want to be you there, Proctor. Safe travel along your way. That means he's going to be going. He might be going up the river. Maybe going down the pike. We don't know. But what I will tell you is what I see coming for Proctor is a collaboration of charges. maybe wrong terminology, sorry for that, but it is going to be a collective amount of charges. So no matter what, if he gets out of one, he's not going to get out of another. And if he gets out of this one, he's not going to get out of that one. You see what I mean? They're going to stack it. That's what I keep saying. That's what I keep saying. Yuri Buchinik. Buchinik, Yuri. Yuri B. Let's see what's happening for him. He is definitely moving from these choppy waters, this communication that he's got. This looks like a calm seas, but I'm going to tell you, I think his career is in jeopardy, especially because he's got a huge conflict of interest, in my opinion, that is happening right now with the Macau defendants. He's very confident. He thinks he's going to just skate right out of there and go from these. He thinks he's going to be protected and he's doing the right thing and he's not going to go anywhere. Well, where's that song? You got another thing coming. Yeah. Now, tell us about the Macau defendants. Now, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I just want to make that very clear. There's a due process. Aside from that, we need some energy on these Macau defendants. The Nine of Cups. That is a yes card. But it's also a card that can mean playing emotional games. Let's see where this Toriko leads us. Someone just started a motorcycle outside of the window where I'm reading. My apologies if that's loud. I don't like to stop mid-reading. Okay. Wisdom. I'm going to tell you, they think that they are wise, and they also feel that they're going to come out of this skating out of this. I don't know what gives them this false perception of reality. I just don't. I don't understand what gives them this false idea. The Ace of Cups. It's all about timing coming. That is a fall timing. So will there be something in the fall? Yes. 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 Now, I knew something was going to happen on January 3rd, but that was with AJ. That's not with this case. We're going to learn more about the truth coming out than what we even know. I'm to the point where I am no longer shocked anymore. Are you like that too? Let me know in the comments. Does anything shock you with this group anymore? I want to ask about Higgy Baby especially. Tell me about Higgy Baby. Eight of Cups. Wanting to walk away from this. He thinks that he walked away. He feels that he is confident in his testimony that he walked away early enough that he cannot be associated with these people, and so sorry to inform him. Have a blessed day. See, that's his idea, that he feels protected when he is associated with the Macau defendants. But I'm also going to say this. They will throw him under the bus like Proctor. Do you see them, any of them, coming to Proctor's aid? They, in this particular case, depended upon him to make things happen the way that they needed to make things happen. You know, there's a turning of the screw here. And that's why the Macau defendants need to tread lightly, because all it's going to take is something from just a little something from Higgy Baby or the Proctor. And that Macau of cards will start tumbling. 8 of Wands. Yes. We're going to see this all start taking place very quickly and out of the blue. There are still some unanswered questions that I have about Higgy Baby. Growth of energy. It's going to be some momentum coming, my darlings. The momentum coming in this civil case is going to be staggering because it's so different. Karen is and will be victorious. I've always said that. And for the cities of Canton and surrounding, and for the state of Massachusetts, the only advice I have, get out your checkbooks. Because as things start coming out, they're all going to want to settle with her. And see, that's the idea. When you think of a civil case and the judge previously said, please try to work this out. These things can go 11 and 12 years. I do not see it going 11 and 12 years. And the reason being is because a lot of this is going to come out. Now, will we know about a lot of it? No, I don't think that we will, because a lot of it cannot be recorded, especially the depositions. But they'll know. They themselves will know. And then their lawyers are going to start saying, time to settle. What can we do? And especially the Macau defendants. Lawyers, legal situations are expensive. We know this already from Karen's first 2 trials. How do we know this now? Well, because Karen and the Macau defendants are fundraising, trying to raise money. The Macau defendants are not going to be able to come up enough. And I'm going to tell you very, very, very cleanly, because this all stems back to the O'Keefe family who started this to begin with. And the O'Keefe family feels that they just need to hang in there because Karen is going to ante up. That's not going to happen. That not at all. I do not see that at all. I'm very confident about that. In fact, going down the pike, they may, I'm saying may, I'm not a lawyer now, seek those that are for those questions. But they may advise these people, look, you want to carry on 11, 12 years? This is going to cost. This is going to cost, because this is expensive. Very expensive. So this is going to take wicked energy, because it is going to gain momentum. And all the while, Karen remains consistent. I don't know who flipped over or wanted to, but that was pretty energy there. What can you tell us about John? The 4 of Cups. There will be a meeting of the minds. Things will be brought to the table that will not be accepted, as far as they still can't accept his death and the manner of his ticket to paradise. I'm starting to say, my darlings, instead of unalive, I just don't like that. So I'm just going to say ticket to paradise and departing. Okay? And we know Cox is now departing too. Who departs? Who departs? Is he going on a ship? That's something that's different. That language right there. But as far as John, his ticket to paradise was issued to him January 29th. That anniversary is coming up. Does he still tap at me? Absolutely he does. And no, we're not going to give up, because this is about Karen, but Karen is fighting, in my opinion, for John O'Keefe. Will the O'Keefes, will Mama O'Keefe accept it? No. No, she will not. But let's see what else is on John. And I'm telling you right now, I am praying to God in heaven that Mr. Deach, is it Deach, that is running for DA, gets in. Because I'm going to tell you, you see that? A union? That's amazing, because the policemen's union, if you want to call it that, there will be a total shakeup. And remember, this is the gentleman that was firsthand knowledge of the federal investigation into John's departure. So he already knows. He already has a lot of knowledge. And he has already come out to state that the clocks will stop when that man gets in. I believe he will. And then there's a cause for celebration, because I'm going to tell you what. You see this King of Pentacles? He knows how much money this is going to cost the state. He also knows how much these court cases are costing. Now, I'm going to tell you this. When he gets in, I'm going to say if and when, okay? If and when he gets into office, the people that are associated with John's departure, you will notice it immediately. Because there's going to be a change in the air. You know, there's a quote in the book of Psalms that says, when you pray, the tide of the battle turns. Keep praying, because that right there will cause those court cases to start getting reconciled, because nobody wants this. No, nobody on that side wants this. And Karen is like, let's go for it. Let's go for it. I'm here. Let's go for it. Success. Yes. That is success as far as this gentleman for the DA position, Mr. Deach, I think his name is. Pardon me if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. I like him. I like him. So there is some... Now, I just want to ask one more question. And you know, Jennifer McCabe, look at this. The queen of it all. So she thinks. The queen and her dominion. Now, the swords are air element. They are her thoughts, and they are also communication. Now, why does this queen have this vessel that she's pouring water out? Well, water in the tarot are a life force, but it's also emotion. This is a blatant disregard. I can't say it any plainer. She has a blatant disregard for anyone who has any type of emotional connection, and that includes Peggy O'Keefe. Sorry, that does. And she will be handed her little hiney on a platter. See, right there, that is a learned behavior. Eternal charisma, being trusted by others, no, it's not my last question. Being trusted by others, being trusted to share the narrative and to take over. The queen bee, the organizer, the fixer. Eight of Pentacles. I'm sorry, Knight of Pentacles. My bad. The Knight of Pentacles, yeah. Just sitting there waiting to spend more money. And that's a healing energy that needs to come for all of this. Because quite frankly, you know the ones I really, really feel sorry for? The residents of Massachusetts. Be prepared for your taxes to increase. Because that's the only way these entities and the state can pay out. Because they don't have the money. They don't have deep pockets. They're government. They are a state. They are an agency. They are organizations. So there you go. Raise the taxes. Got to raise the money. Let's ask about Carrie Roberts. Let's just ask about Carrie Roberts. And the Hermit card comes up, in which the Hermit card is Brian Albert. So I feel that there has conversations between Carrie and Brian. And I think Carrie feels that if she looks to Brian, because of his affiliation in the past with law enforcement, that he will know how to navigate through this. Now, Carrie, Miss Sandra Bullock wannabe, is got a wake-up call coming. Resilience. She feels she's untouchable. Another one feels that she's untouchable and sly as a fox. We'll do another one. We'll keep checking in, but thanks so much. Come visit me tonight, 7 p.m. I'll be live. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. Love you, and thanks for being here. Bye for now.